Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we are 2 weeks away from the debut of Superman going to the general audience. Everybody is waiting. Everybody's trying to understand just how good could this movie be. The marketing has been immense. They have been everywhere. Currently right now, the Superman cast are touring worldwide. They have been in many countries around the world. So you can truly see that Warner Brothers are really trying to make sure that everybody in the world knows that Superman is coming out in about 2 weeks from today. And let me tell you, there was this special screening that took place yesterday on June 25th, 2025, and the reception that we have received coming from that audience that saw the movie was very positive. A lot of people were claiming that it's damn beautiful, that it is a fresh new perspective, very Silver Age feel. They compared it to the Superman of the animated series. They called it dramatic, funny, and heartfelt. They also claimed that it does contrast Man of Steel with a more earnest type of tone, and even with the flying scene that the movie had, they said that it felt unique, and you can feel the speed. You feel like you're flying with Superman. So overall, the general reception is very much positive. Now, Warner Brothers and DC have told that audience that saw the whole movie to not say anything. They cannot give a review. The review embargo does not lift until 8th or the 7th of July. So we are gonna have to wait a few more days. But even with them like trying to hide how they felt about the movie, you can truly see that the only thing that was resonating with them is this is a good Superman movie. There is emotional storytelling, classic Superman themes with a bit of a modern twist, and they have really said that, you know, we should be highly optimistic about this movie and to trust James Gunn. On Wednesday night, there was also a special showing on Jimmy Kimmel Live where we saw Nicholas Hoult and David Corenswet as the guest, and through the show they wanted to show like a 30-second clip of Superman going up against Lex Luthor, and I want to break down exactly what is going on here. In the beginning, we saw Superman storm into the Luthor Corp demanding for Krypto's location, which is his dog, and Superman came in there like with all the aggression in the world. This guy blast the doors open. He flips Lex's desk because he was just so angry because Lex was not saying anything about where Krypto was at. And you know what's funny is like if you really analyze how Lex was acting when Superman was enraged, you can see that Lex Luthor was very nonchalant, very unresponsive to whatever was going on. He did not feel any threat by Superman, even though Superman was like super frustrated. Lex did not even blink when Superman threw the table to the other side of the room. He just calmly drinks his coffee. He even told Superman, "Do you want some coffee?" And of course, he was being a bit of a dickhead, acting clueless. He did not know, sarcastically, right, where Krypto was at, but he knew exactly what he did. He knew exactly where Krypto was at. It's just that he did not want to tell Superman, and he wanted to get Superman enraged. This does align to whatever we saw in the past few marketing materials and the footage about how Lex Luthor saying, whoever that journalist is that keeps interviewing Superman, let's attack her. Whoever's the parents, whoever raised Superman, let's attack them. Whoever is that dog, let's go get that dog. Lex Luthor wants to attack the heart of Superman, and one of the ways to do that is by going after the dog. That is going to be his ultimate agenda. Now, going back to the footage, Eve, who is the girlfriend of Lex Luthor, was filming the whole incident. This is very important because the fact that Eve is filming the whole thing, if we look at that video that she is recording from our perspective, and we just simply look at the video, we look at what Superman is doing, we're gonna assume that Superman is being a dickhead, somebody who can't be trusted, somebody who gets enraged, who cannot control their emotions. We're gonna be thinking that Superman could be a bad person, and that is one of Lex's agenda, is to manipulate the population, to manipulate how the world perceives Superman. So the fact that Eve is recording this whole thing, this is exactly what Lex does want. He wants to see Superman enraged, to show to the world that this is a man that cannot control his own emotions. Because all you have to do is show about 30 seconds of whatever's going on here, upload it on Instagram or YouTube, and it's over. The world is going to be seeing this little moment here, even though there is no context behind it. The world is not going to know what is the context on why Superman is angry. They're just simply going to look at that Superman is angry and nothing more. Lex even taunts Superman in this footage by stating "ugly dog in a cape," and he was like saying that very low and beneath his breath, once again trying to taunt Superman, trying to get Superman to do something to him, because once again Eve is recording the whole thing. Now, I understand why many might say, I don't like the fact that Superman cannot control his emotions, that he's screaming, asking for the dog, just coming in there with no stoicism. I think that with Superman acting like this, in my own opinion, it's a good move on James Gunn's part to show that he has personality, that he is human like us, that if we were to also lose our dogs or puppies or whoever, cats, whatever you guys have, birds, snakes, if we end up losing those pets because somebody else like stole them, I think that most of us would say, oh my god, bro, like what is going on here? Where's my pet? Where's my dog? Where's my cat? Who has him? Who stole my pet? Who has the audacity to do such things? And we're going to be able to resonate with Superman, and that is the goal that James Gunn does have. This is the reason why Superman is acting like this. It's because he's much more human than some sort of meta-human. All in all, this does align with classic Lex Luthor tactics from the comics. It's beautiful. There is also further plans on what Lex wants to do with Krypto. I believe that he is going to be implementing scientific research. He may want to study Krypto's Kryptonian biology to find Superman's weakness. Like, what is the weakness of Superman? This is just my assumption here, but I do think that Lex Luthor catches Krypto when he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, where he goes in there and tries to see and try to understand what is this home, who's in here, who is in control, what can I take from here that may potentially be a weapon going up against Superman. And in those scenes that we saw through the trailers, Krypto was also there trying to protect the robots. And I do think that is exactly where Lex catches the dog. Superman's gonna eventually go to the Fortress of Solitude, see that the robots are finished, they're destroyed, and then also find out that Krypto is no longer there. It's also pretty funny because in the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, Nicholas Hoult was talking about how he felt playing Lex Luthor. He also discussed how he auditioned to play Superman only to realize that he lost David Corenswet for the Superman role. And he also realized even to himself that, Corenswet was just perfect for the role. He even said that Corenswet was a person that was just charging up from the sun. Like, it was just meant to be. And that is why he put his guard down and he said, okay, I can also play this character here, which is Lex Luthor. So in the end, the fact that we have James Gunn's signature to blend the humor, the heart, the spectacle, I do think that in this film, we're going to be seeing a lot of universe building, which is one of the goals. Hence the reason why I do think there's a lot of people saying that this film feels very different, is because everything within this universe is very much built upon how James Gunn does see it. So let me know in the comment sections down below, are you guys going to go see Superman? Obviously, if you're watching this and you clicked on this video, maybe you are interested, but I know that there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of diehard Snyder fans that are not going to want to watch this movie. Maybe they're going to want to downvote the film. Who knows? All in all I can say is this. I do think that we have a special movie in our hands, and no, Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, whatever that movie is called, it's not going to have no type of competition going up against this film, because many have been stating that maybe the general audience is going to want to see dinosaurs instead of Superman. But I just don't think that's going to happen. I've already seen how a lot of people reacted to the movie. A lot of people just don't like it. There's zero hype on it as well, zero marketing. If there was ever any competition for Superman, it would be Fantastic Four. It has to be for the general audience. Obviously, for you and me, the diehards, we're going to go watch both. But for the general audience, they usually like to pick one movie per month. And I do think that Superman has the upper hand here. And because there is going to be so many people that will be watching this movie, one of the things that for sure has to be done by the end of this movie is to show that they are world building, universe building, to show that there is more films and more projects coming up. Hence the reason why Peter Safran and James Gunn have been consistently talking about the Batman, the Brave and the Bold, Supergirl, and these projects that will be coming up very soon. This whole movie is going to be showcasing that yes, there are superheroes out there in the universe, in the world that does exist besides Superman. It is also Batman, it is also Supergirl, and they're going to have to show that. And if they can show that in a very compelling way, the whole audience is going to lock in. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.